Thank you all for taking the time to give your students the student feedback survey. The data or the information that's being collected is basically for your use. And this video is just going to show just a little bit of information about how to access that data. When you're in your survey, you want to go to responses, which is at the top of your screen. And you'll have a number of responses, maybe 15, 20, 35, 40, 50. But in order to see those responses, you'll click on the green button. It will prompt you to either create a new spreadsheet or to select an existing spreadsheet. At this time, just create a new spreadsheet. Now, if you were one that gave the survey early first quarter and then also this second quarter, you're going to have, you'll notice two kind of timestamp areas where one timestamp, the surveys were done in October, and then now these surveys are done the first part of January. I'd like to point out that the student feedback survey, the responses, this is what we call a workbook. And within this workbook, you're going to have this one sheet, Form Responses 1. That particular link that I sent you, all of the survey responses are going to populate into this first page, or this particular page. If you want to manipulate your data, you have a few options. One option is to make a copy of this form, and that would create a new copy of a Google spreadsheet. Another option is to download this form as an Excel document, and it will make a new copy in Excel. Both of those options create separate documents that are not linked to this particular response sheet. Your third option is to manipulate the data within this response sheet. I've created a separate video for all three options. If you decide that you want to manipulate the data within this response sheet, that's fine. Just be careful, because the link that you share with your students, all of their responses come into this particular sheet. So I would highly recommend that you watch that video on manipulating the data within the workbook, just to make sure you don't accidentally make any changes that you can't get back. The last item that I would like to identify in this video is the opportunity for you to turn off when your survey is available or not available to students. So again, when you're back in your survey, and if you go, whether you're in the questions tab or the responses tab, make sure that you're in the responses. And here's an option that's available for you to turn off. And so at the end of this quarter, if you want to make sure that no student is going to enter in or use that long URL to play around and enter in some information, you're welcome to turn that survey off. And then for next quarter, I'll remind you, but you'll want to turn that back on so that the survey is available for students. So this is an option that you are welcome to use.